Welcome back to another episode of Inspired Chats. This time we have something pretty legendary, I think. We have Sam Jones, Pete Cullen and Russell Zout, who no one likes, so it's all right. He's just here for looks.
Wow.
Wow. How's that for an intro? Anyways, as you can see behind us, we've got all the trucks behind us. It's a pretty special moment actually having Pete's truck here and then Sam that built two of these trucks here behind us. We've got Justin's there and we've got Dylan's. It's pretty remarkable that all these are here. How does this all make you feel having all these trucks here? We'll go with you, Sam.
Old and regretful. Old because it's 25 years. Oh no, it'd be more, it'd be 27, I reckon, since I started on Dylan's truck. And then having to sell, and then starting again on Justin's truck. And then having to sell that, all just because of life circumstances. And just, in the meantime, building other people's trucks. I got burnt out on it, and then I didn't want nothing to do with it. So, having now come full circle, seeing the things getting around again, yeah, now I'm regretful. It's like, oh, fuck, why did I sell? Why couldn't I borrow money off bikies or something? just to cover the bill so I could keep these things, you know?
How's it feel seeing the trucks the way they are today?
Yeah, it's unreal. I mean, obviously the yellow one is exactly, except for a few little internal parts, but it's basically the way I left it.
Yeah, we can hear someone skiddy at the moment. That's actually pretty cool. That's one way to interrupt Inspired Chats. Yeah, so yellow truck's good to see.
Yeah, yellow truck is exactly that's the truck I always envisioned, a perfect mini truck. You know, the right, like low, had the right wheels on it, had the right shape to it, like with the no space cab, just a standard cab, short bed, turbo motor, just had everything I wanted. Yeah, just everything that I thought was ace. So, and then obviously with Dylan's one, that's second generation, you know, total revamp.
Yeah, it's definitely moved up from when you had it when it was grey with gold, the chrome trims and everything. Now it's
gone from being tough to now being something that everyone's like, wow, that's clean as. So yeah, I was more about having a tough truck, like something that was more
sports truck.
Yeah, something that showed a bit more oomph, you know, not just a flashy set of wheels or whatever it was, but the clean paint job, which come really good. Like back in the day, that the grey paint was unreal.
Now we'll talk about Pete's truck now. We'll go with
the grey paint truck got me into mini trucking. So
with your truck, it's back.
it's back. It is. It's all in two colours now instead of multicoloured. Back on the road. Yeah, can't be prouder. It's an unreal feeling.
Yeah, I remember, I can't remember, what was it? When did we do the interview with him? About 4 or 5 years ago? It was yellow?
4.5 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2019. It was brought back. It was 2019. Yeah, through COVID. And we brought it back and then started the rebuild of it. So we've top to bottom.
With the rebuild of it, obviously you wanted to go back to the way it originally was,
Yep,
minus a few cosmetic things like the wheels
correct.
were on.
Yes, yeah. So that's a 4-year stint in trying to find those billets on it. But we do have the original wheels back at home still, so we can have that option to go back. So, but no, the billets are the winners. So
That was the only thing you were missing back in the
yeah,
day.
correct.
Billets.
Yeah. Well, I think the apprenticeship wages couldn't afford it. So
Yeah, I agree. The billets top it off real nice.
yeah, no, I could say it's finished type thing. For that.
And what's your opinion about the trucks out here at Justin's?
Oh, it's fantastic to sort of have 3 trucks here that Sam's built, and then I've obviously got mine still for 20 years, and then keeping in touch with Dylan and stuff and watching that change over the years has been great, and then meeting Justin, and then finding out that he bought Jonesy's truck and still upholding it, you know, it's just it does the scene a whole heap of. Yeah.
It's great to see the old trucks still living today. Like that's something you don't really see that often in this scene.
Yeah.
Exactly
right. The quality of build and everything was there.
Yeah, a lot of the times it's like they build a truck, they finish and they don't know where to go. Half the time they're either sitting in the paddock, rotting away, or they go through too many hands and too many changes and never get finished.
Well, that went through 8 hands.
Yeah.
So
8 hands,
8 hands
8
it went
different
through.
owners.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and it went further west. So
You know you can't see it, Jim, because it's behind. Now, Russell, obviously you don't have your truck here, but you've seen
What's
the
new?
iterations. You've seen the iterations of all these trucks over the years.
Yeah.
How does this make you feel having these guys here? with you?
I think the word was probably old and maybe a little bit fraudy, a little bit fraudulent, because my trucks never get finished compared to these ones.
We're
so-
talking about the Hilux or the Chevy?
Let's not talk about either. But yeah, no, like makes me feel a little bit old to see. Like Sam's truck when it was grey was like big inspiration for me. So I was worried when it got smashed that it'd never come back. And obviously now it's a different truck and it's very cool.
But I don't know how Dylan handles it because he still gets reference back. Oh, that's Sam's truck. It's always, and even though there is hardly anything on it that resembles, but for some reason, it just, everyone goes, oh, I know that one.
I think it was because he used to run the low 22A place for a little while there before he made it his own.
Yeah,
I think
right.
that's why people still recognise him to the old truck.
Yeah.
And-
It ran
number
forever.
plate recognition.
Yeah, but even then,
There you go,
With-
Dylan, you need new plates.
A lot of the people who were in the scene for a long time would always know it as Sam's truck anyway because
I had a tear out of the Hot Fours
Yeah,
page
same.
in my glove
yeah,
box.
literally the ad for sports trucks.
Yeah.
sports trucks, yeah.
Yeah, in my glove box, and then I'd go. And people were like, "What's a mini truck?" And you're like, "This is a mini truck. This is what I want to
The
do."
twin exhaust on the
Yeah,
back.
this is what I wanna do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I still have that magazine at home. I think everyone's got that magazine. Now, obviously, touching on that base, we do have some other trucks here as well. We've got Lee's, we've got Paul's. Like, how good is it seeing all these trucks in one place today?
It's good. I like it. I like the variety too. Like they're not just all Rodeos or Hiluxes. We got a good mix of cars and styles.
Different generations.
Yeah,
of vehicles,
yeah.
You know.
And different generations of humans.
Yeah, as well. Yeah.
We're the old guys.
We're those dudes.
You remember when I...
That's what, like I said before, no one wants to see a 50-year-old bloke with a flat cap running a mini truck, do they? Well,
I really
it's
hope
probably-
they do.
He's probably going to end up showing them anyway.
I think I know what we need to do next time when we do this is get everyone to dress up in Dickies.
Hey, I reckon
They
I
don't
can find
fit
someone.
Dickies and flat brims.
I tried to wear my Dickies recently and had to give them away because they don't fit.
Now, we'll touch base on a little bit of the old history a little bit. Like, for people that don't know, obviously everyone in the mini truck scene know these trucks. They've been around it, they know what's happened to them. Back in the day, the scene was a lot smaller to start with, but it started getting bigger. How did you follow with that? Because obviously that's your
I think
era
there was
where...
a massive growth in like 03, 04. You were early
I was
Or
late
late
90s,
90s.
so
early noughties.
yeah. And I'd already bailed out of Drop Zone. Yeah,
102, I think.
yeah, I reckon.
Was that?
But how it really sort of got started is all really Bob from Aussie Sport Trucks, Blake and Hector.
Yep.
All right, they used to get together a little bit, like, and I'd be there too, and they just started going, we need to make a club. And so some ideas got thrown around, the names got thrown around. We wanted to, like Blake said, oh, we could be called Circle of Friends, we don't want to get too big. And then he found out the Circle of Friends was like some weird pedophile ring in the King's Cross, so we couldn't call it that. And then I think it was Hector come up with Drop Zone, but there used to be a club in America, I think, called Drop Zone, but they're no
They
longer.
disbanded, yeah.
So we took that on, and they all ganged up and made me the president of the club. And I had no business really being the president, other than I pretty much had a truck that was probably the most complete.
Yeah.
So that's how it sort of worked. Yeah. So it was, Hector didn't want to be a part of the management side of it, but I think Blake was my 2IC and Bob was the one keeping minutes. So we had proper meetings.
Yeah,
Used to go to
yeah.
Rose Hill, and just from that we used to get heaps more. Like that car park.
Secretary, I think.
Yeah. So, and we would go to a club meeting there at Rose Hill, and there'd be 20 trucks.
Yeah, easy.
Like, and then, you know, people want to do different things, and then all of a sudden, a few different ideas, and then the fractures started.
Culture started to change. Yeah.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, before it was sort of getting really big, it sort of just went its own separate ways. and everyone. That's when it all.
Well,
all
that's
the
when
other
your
guys-
NC chapter started, ZA started,
Well, it was there at ZA, drop level. Was it no lower level?
ground level.
Ground level. Sorry.
Ground level.
Yeah. So there was a few guys that did their own thing, which is what it's turned out to be today.
Yeah, I suppose that everyone just didn't want to travel there, so they we'll start
Yeah.
a club in Penrith, which was ZA type thing, and then
People were travelling like a good hour and a half.
Yeah,
Like, I had to drive to Rose Hill from out here at Windsor. So
There was a guy from down south, like Wollongong or something. That used to come.
yeah, it did attract people from everywhere. Like it was the only real time that people would come together with this kind of vehicle because no one else knew what the hell you're talking about. Everyone's still to the day they go, "What is it?
Yeah.
What the hell? What are these things?"
People think you're talking a small Mack truck when you say
yeah,
mini truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get relayed back to, oh, how's it get over speed bumps? A generic fucking traditional
Oh,
thing
that's
that everyone
it. Yeah,
says.
exactly.
I think the thing that I used to cop the most was how do you carry anything without any floor in the back?
Yeah. Oh, that's a waste of a
How
ute.
are you going to carry sand?
Yeah.
I'm not going to carry sand.
No, it's
Well,
not.
touching base on that, like my opinion of a mini truck is it's not off the shelf stuff. Like you actually got to put the effort in to build something.
Yeah.
Was it like that in the 90s? Obviously.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Like we had
had one
access.
shop.
We had one shop, and Bob,
The
to
go-to
his
shop.
credit, like
which was fantastic.
he
Really
would,
nice,
yeah,
chrome
he would,
goodies.
yeah, he would source this stuff
Yeah.
from the States, and he'd source panel stuff from all over. Like I think even in Asian countries, he got a few grills and stuff, and got in with a few like panel repair shops that actually,
Did some fabrication
yeah,
for
so,
you. Yeah.
you know, he
put
can
a whole
sort of,
front end on you.
yeah. So
ride for you.
he
stuff
did
like
put
that.
a fair bit of work into it. So
Funny when you think that like he was a cop to start with, that he was so into.
Well, see, he told me that story. He went to the States and saw it all over there, and he goes, "Oh fuck, Australia's mad on utes. I could be into this." So he sort of started doing stuff. And I think I was one of his first customers there at North Parramatta.
Yeah, it was in his garage.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, it was like a carport.
Carport.
Yeah. The only thing different from this and me meeting Bob the first time was we had a bit of bloody perspex over the top of us. But yeah, and then I think I was like one of his very first customers, and I think I bought a Trends billet grill to fit that ute, and then I said I can also do mechanical. I can lower springs. I can do stuff. I can actually do wheel alignments on these things. I can help you if you want.
Yeah.
And that's how our friendship sort of started, and it grew from there.
Where you were starting to do notches and
Well, we had another guy doing notches. Big Pete used to do notches over at Panania.
the Kiwi guy, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he would just smash them out over a weekend.
Yeah, it was a day.
Yeah.
He did mine in a day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
sat there in the backyard with a camera, taking photos of everything, and
Yeah, big
smashed
90s
it out, done.
grinder, and the neighbours loved it. So, yeah, he had no qualms, and everything was made out of half-inch plate. It's just heavy duty, but so they would. It was just too easy to pay. Well, it wasn't even $1,000. He would notch it, weld it up, send it back, and that's done in a weekend. And all right, I'm going to start bagging it.
Yeah, it's very different now. These days it costs you nearly 10 grand just for the parts to do anything.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was all a experiment. Like, you know, being like I definitely wasn't the first person to put airbags in a ute in Australia. Like, there's other guys that have done it before, but I was probably the first person to take it to a show and push a bit of a club thing. But you know, having a decision to go, right, I'm going to cut the front suspension out of my car, and all I have is a couple of bent up folded steel brackets from the States, and
see
no
if they
idea.
work.
And like going through every mini truck magazine, trying to see if there's a photo of
Is it the
someone.
right way up?
Yeah, like trying to figure it out. And it's only that, you know, like I'm a truck mechanic. My thing is suspension. I know all about air systems, and I had a welder and a grinder and a shop, so I could do stuff. So starting to do your own thing.
So my original thing was to take all the leaves out and just have one leaf.
Mono-leaf.
And then literally I got air shocks with a Schrader valve.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, everyone tried that early days, but they were rubbish. Like I got a photo.
They were rubbish.
Yeah.
They were rubbish.
I got a
He just
photo
took you
there.
down a notch there.
Yeah.
There's a photo there of a pallet, and it's a 20-litre drum full of standard U-bolts, and it's piled up that high with all the load leaf springs. Like there'd be 60 sets of load leaf springs for me doing so many. Like
Scrap metal.
I made heaps of money just lowering utes for Aussie Sport trucks after hours. I made more money after hours than I did a full week.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was full on in the beginning, and the customer would come and pretty much spend 5 hours with me after work, watch me build their whole like lower the
Fork,
car,
yeah.
cut the bump stop. Like Toyota, I had the oxy off the bump stop mount. I had to drill holes. I had to tap threads. I had to do the front, give it a quick alignment if it needed it. Reset springs. I actually really put a different curve into the springs.
Yeah.
There's a lot in it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that just goes back to like the whole modifying thing. Like, it's not just off the shelf stuff. Like, you've really got to go out of your way and try and make new things.
So, yeah, it was a lot of work, but you know,
Nowadays it's probably easier now with all your CNC milling machines and all that type of stuff now, you know.
Like making every bracket
By hand, by angle grinder.
Yeah, yeah. So that was the
Drill press and angle grinder.
Yeah, oxy grinder and a drill press, and and the fold stuff was a hammer and a vise. That's how you folded things.
Heat it up if you have to.
Yeah, if it was sticker plate, you had to do that. But
All right. Well, I think we've done enough for chats for this one a little bit. We're going to get Justin and Dylan on now because they own the trucks now that you originally built. So I just want to say thank you for being a part of this one because this one's a hard one actually to get everyone together in the one day as well. So
Being 20 years ago.
yeah.
early in the year, no one's really committed to work yet.
Oh, that's a good thing then. Maybe do it next year. But no, I appreciate it a lot, and we'll get Dylan and Justin on now.
Thank you.
Perfect. We have Dylan and Justin from Obsession.
Yeah. Hello. Hi, Dylan.
Hello.
Shane.
I'm not going to shake your hand, you're too far. How's it feel having all your trucks in here for one day? We'll go with you, Justin.
It's pretty good, man. Like, it's good to see them all in one place. Having all the clubs together, it's really good. Like, yeah, having all the trucks together as well. It's been a long time coming. So,
Yeah, it's been a while trying to organise something like this. Especially you only just got the truck back together.
yeah, I just put it back together so we could do some content, and Dylan asked if we could kind of get it together and make it happen. So, yeah, it's been good. It's a great idea.
Yeah, so we've got to thank you, Dylan, for that.
No, I just sent a message. I just sent a group message out and invited the people I thought that should come, and maybe some others. Don't get offended if I didn't invite you, but yeah, it was just a local thing, and yeah, the trucks are all in the right place and we could all make it happen today, so I'm glad we did.
Yeah, it's phenomenal seeing all these trucks together now. Like, this is the type of thing you sort of love about the mini truck scene, is everyone gets together, all the trucks come together, and you sort of reminisce a bit too, because you got Sam Jones, Pete Cullen, and Russell and that here. Like, it's a big thing.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. Even Sam had the old photos, you know, like everyone going through all the old photos, and yeah, nostalgic.
Yeah. Now we'll talk about the trucks. Now we'll start with you, Dylan. Obviously, Sam built your truck.
Yeah,
It's
many years ago.
It's gone through some major changes since then, and he loves it. Like, how does that make you feel?
I mean, it's hard to sort of think about it in a way where it was such a long time ago before me, and because it's been so long, I wouldn't really know what his opinion would be, whether it be the way it looks or the fact that maybe he's not into them anymore. But yeah, to my surprise, he still loves it to death, as well as yours, and they were his babies, and it's just, it's crazy that they're all in the same region in Australia. They're all like within like a half an hour
20 minutes.
radius really of like where he grew up, where the trucks were, where they were built, and then to have them here together today, and then have Sam here is just, yeah, and to be with Justin and have his truck here as well.
Yeah, well, that's the hardest bit. It's like, yeah, anyone could own their old trucks, but to have the original owner
Yeah.
here with you, 25 years.
Yeah.
It definitely pays homage to him, you know, like, so, you know, it all started with him, and they're still here and they're still together, as much as mine has been in pieces. But yeah, like even him seeing my one, like he's not seen it since he sold it. And then obviously I've done all inside the back, and he looked at it this morning and said, you know, like, it's what I wanted to do. I just didn't get a chance to do it, kind of thing. So, you know, that feels good too. Like,
Yeah, well, it's the next level, so like it still looks like how it was when he was, just like minor changes, which is awesome. Obviously, how good is it seeing like Pete's truck here as well?
yeah. Oh man, that was
Just selling
so
it
good.
almost 20 years ago.
I've seen it in person, like, but yeah, it's good that you guys all get to see it now. Like, yeah, it's
So happy for him.
Yeah,
So happy for him. It's
absolutely.
come out better than you
Yeah.
could ever imagine.
especially to sell something and then not have it, and then have to rebuild it.
The whole thing from scratch, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And he's looking over here like, oh, I hope he says the right things.
And he's got the old shirt on, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Even the shirt lasted. The white shirt at that.
Yeah, there's no marks on it,
No
yeah.
stains on it. Where do you get your nappy sand from?
I'm sending all my white shirts to yours to get washed.
Yeah. Now, obviously, we've got the other trucks here as well, plus your bug. Like, how cool is it having like?
Yeah,
Modified
it's
thing.
been a good little event. Like obviously I got the space here. It's, you know, it made sense like to have everyone here. It's about to rain, but if it rained we could have been inside. Like, yeah, I mean it's probably not the last time we'll do something like this. It's been good to have, you know, everyone, and maybe a few more people can come next time. It's a little bit more, you know, just have something like.
Yeah, for everybody to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just had to do the initial.
Yeah, it kind of
reasoning
snowballed
behind
like
it.
from us having our group chat, you know,
Yeah.
it was only five of us, and then it did kind of snowball, but I'm glad it did, you know, like it's the more content we can kind of put out as well, gets people excited, keeps people interested, like, yeah, it's been good. Everyone's been asking for it, so.
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been asking for a long time.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome to see them out here. Now, we'll touch base on the next bit. Like, obviously, these trucks, your truck's pretty well up to where you're happy with at the moment, but I want to see the interior. What's the next step for these trucks?
So mine pretty much is, like you can see from the photos, it's got white primer everywhere. So I'll be pretty much masking all the flames off and redoing all the yellow, so it will stay pretty much like that. Engine and all that sort of stuff is kind of a work in progress. We've got bigger turbo, new intake manifolds, new computer, do the trim. So yeah, we're almost there. A little bit. Hopefully by the end of the year I should have it done. So
Perfect. And then obviously just the interior on yours.
I need tyres. Yeah, they're a bit old and cracked and wouldn't pass the pinky, but we got there in the end. But yeah, I definitely just need some tyres, trim the seats. I probably want to redo the trim, just in the sense it was done 3 years ago. Seats aren't trimmed, never have been, but I think it'd be best to just redo pretty much 70% of it, just so it's all fresh again, which will match the outside, considering the outside is fresh again. But yeah, other than that, it's just like, yeah, it's a car. It's always maintenance, little things, leaks oil. Like old cars do,
What
so-
Rodeo doesn't.
But you never know. One day it could look a little bit more like Pete's, because I like that more now, but what can you do? So.
Well, I think we'll end it on that, nice and short, because we've got Sam and everyone involved. And
no, it's good.
just want to say thank you to both of you and obviously
No,
putting
thank
it
you.
on. Awesome.
Thank you for coming, thanks for your time. Thank you for hosting it and all the
Right
beautiful
here looking at
food.
us right now, it's making us awkward.
And the OGs over there that you saw before or after, I don't know.
But anyways, we'll call it that episode is done, I reckon.
Awesome, sweet.
Cheers.
Thank you. Sweet.
Oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought.